Hey, my name is Gary Parker. I will be teaching Math 95 online this term. So let's take a look at what you're going to be doing here. Full screen, huh? All right, so in Canvas, you should have access to this course, Math 95, Section 6, Intermediate Algebra with me, Gary Parker. The course is organized in modules. Each module is a block here on the home page. So the course information module, discussion, and then they're numbered after that. So module 1, factoring and polynomials, you're going to get started on that right away, and so on. Module 2, and on and on. There's a unit exam module. So starting at the top here, so I got a little welcome page explaining a little bit about the course, so definitely read through that. Online textbook can be found through this link right here. You've got a daily work schedule we'll take a look at in a moment, an introduction assignment, some math utilities, calculator type things on a computer, and there's going to be a bunch of things in here that say optional. If it says optional, you don't have to do it. But if you think you want to try it, then go for it. So for example, this optional prerequisite exam, that goes over the stuff you would have learned in Math 70 or some elementary algebra course or beginning algebra course that you took elsewhere. Attribution, that's where I got the materials that you're looking at here. One cool thing about this course, we use what are called open resources. So they are free to you online, and they are editable by me, which is kind of cool. So unlike most textbooks we might buy, we get this package and I can't edit it. But the materials for this class, if I decide I could write something better or I want to add to it, I can go in and do that, which is cool. Most people don't. I don't do that too much because it's pretty good stuff. But anyway, a little bit about where I got it from. And then I do all my recordings through YouTube Live and Google Hangouts. So I'll have a video list. I'll do weekly introductions to what's going on in a particular week, and those will appear in that page right there. And then if you ever want to do a video chat to do some math together, then we can do that also. And to do YouTube Live with me, you just need a Google account, which is free, which is kind of neat. So other things, you want to definitely read the syllabus. I'm not going to go through that with you now. That'd be pretty dull. So let's take a look at a couple things here. We got this daily work schedule. I highly recommend you print this out and hang it up somewhere so to remind yourself what you need to be doing each day. Now, this is a work when you want course, but there are due dates all of the time, and you want to keep up with them. So if on Monday the 8th you start section 1.1 in the intro assignment and you keep working on it Tuesday, then you'll get it done on time. Then you'll be able to start section 1.2 and work on that. And I have about the number of days I think you'll need to get each section done. Now, everybody's a little bit different, so some people might take more time in section 1.3 than I think you should and be done with 1.2 quicker. So it's kind of going to depend on the person, but you don't want to fall behind this schedule. So we've got the daily work schedule. This is when you should work on each section that we're covering. Now, there's a calendar in the course also, so let's take a look at that. What's the difference between the daily work schedule and the calendar? So let's see, I have it set to intermediate algebra here. So here, things look a little bit different. So for example, it says the intro assignment is due on Monday the 8th, but it says 1.1 isn't due until Wednesday. But the daily work schedule says start it Monday and Tuesday. So the thing is, if you just look at the Canvas calendar and say, oh, I got till Wednesday to get section 1.1 done, then essentially you're like a day behind all the time. And that can be a problem when it comes to getting ready for the tests. So my recommendation is if you start it according to the days I list on the daily work schedule, then you'll have it done in plenty of time for the due date and you won't have any problems there. So I do have regular due dates for this class. You have regular due dates for this class. If it says it's due here, it's due there. And then it will be shut off after midnight on that day. Now, I have something cool in this class that isn't in a lot of other classes. We have what are called late passes. And a late pass is something you have to apply as the student. So let's say you're going to work on the section 1.1 homework. And now I've already been in the course, and so it just logged me right in. The first time you click on an assignment, you'll get a window that looks like this one right here. And it will say, hey, what is your MyOpenMath username and password? So if you've done courses in MyOpenMath before and you remember your username and password, just type them in. If you've never used MyOpenMath to do online math homework, then you'll need to pick yourself a username and a password, and then Canvas will know your first name and your last name and your email address. You probably want to stick with what Canvas says here unless there's an error, but there shouldn't be. So again, if you're a MyOpenMath user from before, like maybe you took Math 70 here at BMCC, then you'll just type in your username and password. If you're new to MyOpenMath, if you got your password, your username, and you don't know what to do about that, then you can just log in right here. So MyOpenMath, let's open up that in another tab. So this course, you can access the homework in two places. You can access it through Canvas or directly through MyOpenMath. Most of the time, you probably just want to use Canvas and you're not going to go to MyOpenMath directly. If you're used to using MyOpenMath and you like its interface, then you can go and do stuff there. Grades, however, are going to be more accurate in Canvas than MyOpenMath for a couple of reasons. So let's suppose that you don't think you're going to get the homework done in time on the date the calendar says it's due, and it's going to say here when it's due also. There's always this, not always, but there will often be a redeem a late pass button. If you choose redeem a late pass, then that's going to give you another 48 hours to get the assignment done from when it was supposed to be due for the whole class. So let's say it was due Wednesday at midnight. If you apply a late pass, it's now due Friday at midnight. So you got a couple extra days. I'm giving everybody 20 late passes to start with. Use them wisely. Okay. You don't want to use them if you don't have to, so try and keep up with the schedule. As far as the modules are concerned, once you've gone through all this course information here, unless you need to get back to the videos or the daily work schedule, you can hit the arrow by the name of it and it'll reduce it so it's out of your way. The Math Lounge is for you to ask questions, and anybody can respond to answer those questions in the class. So usually I'll check that out each day, see if anybody wrote, and if nobody responded to your question within a day, then I'll respond. But it'd be nice if we could, you all could help each other out. Otherwise, each of the regular modules is organized pretty much the same way. There'll be a link to the chapter that we're covering here. And that takes us out to the CK12 webbook. If you want to print any part of this, there's an offline reader that you can access. And then there'll also be, for each section, you can download a PDF of it if you want to view it offline. The modules are designed so that one thing flows into the next. So whenever you hit next or previous, that takes you to the next or previous thing in that module that you're in. So next is the optional challenge test. Again, this says optional, you don't have to do it, but this is a preview of everything we're going to cover in this particular chapter. So if you've taken this course, but it's been years and you say, I think I might know some of this stuff, you can buzz through this and give it a shot. Now, this doesn't excuse you from doing the homework. You still have to do the homework. So that's just for fun if you want to do a little challenge about what's to come in this chapter. Otherwise, each section is set up the same way. There'll be a link to the textbook section, which is like this one right here. They'll state the learning objectives. What are the major things we're trying to figure out in this chapter or this section? The next thing in the module is always going to be a link to a bunch of videos on YouTube. And there's video lessons about each topic. And then there's video examples. So the examples are just like one problem at a time, but the video lesson is probably a few problems trying to illustrate a certain idea. Following the textbook and the video lessons, then you jump into the homework. And these can be worked. Now, a little over half of the homework has a video button to go with it. So not all of them do, but most of them do. There's enough videos in the homework that cover pretty much anything you're going to do here. If you try to answer a problem and you get it wrong, you use the video, and the video helps you get it right. So let's suppose I got it right, submit. and again, make believe it was right, I could hit try a similar question. So anytime you use a video to get the right answer, always do try a similar question. It'll reload the problem with a slightly different set of numbers, but it's the same idea, same type of problem. If you rely on the videos to do all of your homework, then when it comes time to the test, you're going to be a little bit of trouble, because then you're used to doing the homework with a tutor looking over your shoulder all the time. And that doesn't exist when you're taking a real test. So you always want to make sure that you're good at doing this stuff independently. Let's go back to the home page. When you minimize a module, Canvas remembers you minimized it, leaves it that way, and you can always re-expand it if you need to get back to any of the stuff there. But the course is pretty much set up sequentially through the modules. So you're going to go through section 1, and then section 2, and section 3, and so on. I don't give tests after each chapter. There's always going to be an optional review that goes over everything in the previous sections. I give tests every other chapter. So after you finish chapter 2, you'll see there's a unit exam module here. There's a practice test that's online. And you can always print these out and play with them on paper. That'll create a print version that you can send over to your printer. Go back. Otherwise, they're designed for you to practice, submit it, check your answer. Try the problem, submit it, check your answer. The practice problems, like the homework, always have videos to go with them. When it comes to taking the real test, it's going to ask for a password. So those have to be taken in a testing center. So either you go to the BMCC testing center, or Pendleton, or Hermiston, or Baker, or Milton, or wherever you're at. Or if you're someplace else, then you'll have to find a testing center, and you can work with our distance ed office, our continuing ed office, to try and figure out where that testing center is going to be. But these tests do have to be proctored. They'll be part on the computer and part on paper. And so for every exam, you'll have some papers that are going to get scanned and sent to me. All right, so that's kind of a big introduction to the whole thing. Some things to consider in using Canvas the way I have this course set up. There's always going to be a to-do, stuff you should be looking at soon, and an upcoming. And those are often similar. If you just look at that right there, then you're going to miss out on all the stuff you should read and the extra videos, or not extra videos, but the videos you should watch, like you were in a real classroom. But they're here for you anytime, any day when you need them. If the textbook videos and homework you don't feel like they're sufficient for you to get this stuff, then you need to come see me somehow. And whether you come see me in person in Pendleton, or we set up a video chat, or you call me on the phone and we talk, just figure something like that out with me. And I'll help you through this course. So I'm hoping everybody that takes this course is going to do well and pass. Now, realistically, unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Online pass rates are a little lower than regular classes. So as you step into this online class, ask yourself, do I really have time for this right now? Can I schedule this and get it done on time? So that's really important. You want to schedule this like it's a regular class. So every day, schedule certain times that you're going to work on math. If you only work every other day, it's going to be a little more of a challenge. If you only work on weekends, you're very unlikely to pass this course successfully. This is a pretty tough course. If you've never done this stuff before, or you have, this is some tough math, and it takes pretty much daily work to get used to it to do a good job. So get in touch with you if you have any questions. And again, let's turn off the screen. There we go. Hello. My name is Gary Parker, and I'm here to help you. Give me a call anytime, or send me an email. We can do a video chat, whatever we need to do to help you get through this course. So stay in touch, do good math. I'll catch you soon online or on person. Bye-bye.